Yeah, I think it is exciting for Liverpool supporters. I think a lot has been made about how much Liverpool have spent, and rightly so, in this window. But it hasn't been the norm in the past. I think Liverpool supporters have been frustrated at different times, and it's felt like other teams were splashing the cash and breaking transfer records, and that's what Liverpool I think have done twice in this window. So yes, it is exciting to think that Liverpool are buying sort of ready-made world-class players rather than turning them into world-class players. So yeah, it's just interesting to see now how the manager fits everybody in.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a good dilemma, I'm sure, for Arne Slot, one that he won't mind too much. Look, there's been questions about Isak's durability in the past. He did play quite a considerable amount last season, though. Is that something that perhaps there's a concern for Liverpool, especially considering the fee that they paid for the player?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was his first season more than any at Newcastle, where he missed quite a few games that season. And listen, it's difficult for anybody to replicate what Liverpool had a few years ago, where they used to have, Salah, Firmino, and Mane, and they played every game. They never got injured. But hopefully, when you look at the injury situation at Liverpool last season, that improved a lot under Arne Slot from what we'd seen before under Jurgen Klopp. So hopefully his way of doing things and going about things on the training pitch will help Isak in that situation, because when you pay that type of money, you want that player on the pitch 9 times out of 10.
So, Jamie, you mentioned as well previously Arne Slot's got to figure out a way of fitting all his attacking players in. If you're Arne Slot, how do you fit them all in?
Well, I think Mo Salah plays on the right wing. I think Isak plays centre forward now. I think Florian Wirtz will play in that number 10 position then. The left wing position is probably up for grabs, I would say, a little bit, with sort of Gakpo, young Rio. Maybe Ekitike can play there as well and can also fill in for Isak. Maybe at times we'll see a front two employed by the manager, because Florian Wirtz can play from the left as well. So I think he's got a lot more options on the left. I think we'll see a lot more rotation in that position than the other front four positions. But as I said, you need a big squad. We know that. You look at what Liverpool have been bringing off the bench in the first 2 or 3 games. They've actually won games from the bench, but they certainly haven't had the quality off the bench that we saw when you think of what Arsenal did at the weekend when they were bringing Odegaard and Eze off the bench. Liverpool don't quite have that strength, but I think bringing Isak in now, obviously it gives them such a greater strength in depth.
And Jamie, look, the question that a lot of people are asking, we're still early into the season. Liverpool perhaps favourites already anyway, considering they're Premier League champions. But surely now they must be clear favourites to win the league this season again.
Yeah, I think when the champions go and spend, about 400 million in the transfer market, I think it's hard not to make them champions. I think the worrying thing for the opposition is the fact that Liverpool have 9 points out of 9, and I wouldn't say in either of those 3 games Liverpool have looked anywhere near the best, or certainly the Liverpool that we saw last season. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes to sort of bed in the new players, new system, new way of doing things, if you like. And if Liverpool are doing that and still getting results, that is a big worry for the rest.